You're listening to episode 7 of the Neon Lounge podcast.
Welcome to the Neon Lounge. Right this way.
It's the Neon Lounge. We're talking about Las Vegas. In the Neon Lounge, a conversation for the ages. Get dressed up real pretty. We've got a date in Sin City at the Neon Lounge.
Welcome to the Neon Lounge podcast. We are so glad you decided to join us today while we sit around and bullshit with each other and talk about Las Vegas. I'm your host, Josh, and with me are my incredible co-hosts. Of course, we have Keren.
Hello, everyone.
And Tony.
Hey, gang. Good to be back with you.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Very well. For the first time, and I appreciate it, last podcast where one of our listeners said, I don't understand why Tony doesn't have a drink in his hand while he's podcasting. Well, I have solved that, friends.
You rectified that issue.
I am double fisting right now. And that is because I've got some French 75s in the glass. I needed to burn up some Prosecco that I had.
Oh.
And I will get into why I had Prosecco that I needed to burn up later on in this podcast.
But once you open them, you've got a limited amount of time that those are already good.
That's exactly what the wife and I were saying. Is we thought, well, we didn't even know if it would last until tomorrow morning for the purposes of trying to make mimosas of them. So
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Let's, instead of worrying about whether we'll have tomorrow morning cocktails, let's have some tonight cocktails.
I mean, we don't want to be wasteful.
Exactly
So-
right. Because that, well, you joke, Josh, but you're actually very, very on point, because here's the deal. How disappointed would we be if tomorrow morning we took the topper out of the Prosecco and it was flat, thus
Right.
not taking advantage of having the opportunity to use it while it was still fresh and bubbly like it is right now, and ergo why I'm double fisting some French 75s.
I have heard, I don't know if this works or not because I've never tried it, that if you take like a spoon and put it in the top of the bottle,
Okay.
that will keep the Prosecco bubbly until the next morning. I don't understand why it would work. I don't know if it needs to be a silver spoon. I don't know if it needs to be any of that, but I've heard that if you like just put a spoon in the top, so like the spoon part down inside the bottle,
Sure.
that the Prosecco will stay bubbly until the morning.
Huh.
Maybe an old wives' tale. Like I said, I've
Right.
never tried it. I've just heard it.
Right? That
I
is
find that if
fascinating.
I just spoon the bottle and then drink it while I'm spooning it, it's never a
Everybody
problem.
wins. Well
There you
played,
go.
Joshua. Well played.
There you go.
All right, so you've got a little something fun for us to discuss before we get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast. What's up, man?
Yeah, so we did this before on 360 Vegas, and you were kind enough to send this article over to me. So I thought we'd go through and do a few of these. We have Casino Player Magazine's Best Of. And so I thought we'd go through a few of them and talk about, first of all, like maybe make some guesses about what you guys think are the best of, talk about some of them. So we'll start with some of the dining ones. And so this is for, I guess.
No pressure. I've been on a budget. I haven't been eating a lot of places lately, so please don't. If there's a lot of these I haven't been to, I'm sorry.
So I think this is calendar year 2025, but the
Okay,
magazine
so maybe.
came out a couple months ago for 2026, I think.
Maybe,
So
all right.
I think you're okay, Kara. I think you'll be all right. So best overall dining, what they're looking for here is a property name, not a restaurant itself. So we got downtown, locals, and the Strip. So best overall dining downtown, what do you think Casino Player Magazine had, Karen?
These are casino properties. I would probably say, oh, this one's tough. It's either going to be the Plaza. No, it's going to be Golden Nugget.
Tony?
Interesting. I'm going to take Cirque.
So it's Golden Nugget. It's Golden Nugget.
Oh, nice
Yeah.
call, Keren.
Yeah.
Well, and again, it's not my personal favorite place to eat because, but it's the Landry's, Fertitta that owns the Landry's Group owns the Golden Nugget. And so it's all the Landry's Group restaurants that are in there. And so they have a very wide variety. They have a well-known variety, consistent. So that's why, I was thinking of like my favorite places to eat. And then I'm like,
Right.
no. This is not that. This is, Landry's. The Golden Nugget has all the Landry's restaurants. So yeah.
All right.
Called
well
it.
played.
How about locals? What property for locals best overall dining, according to Casino Player magazine?
Oh, and this is 2025. So it's either going to be Durango because it's new and they have some really good restaurants in there, or it's going to be Red Rock.
Red Rock was where my head was at, Keren. So I will lock in with Red Rock. If you want to take Durango,
I'll take Durango.
Okay.
I think
It's actually Palms.
Oh, no shit. I don't know that I would have considered that to be a local.
I still don't think of it as a locals, but
yeah,
it's
they've
not
got Palms in here a lot for the locals category. So,
Okay.
interesting.
Okay. Fair enough.
and then best overall dining on the Strip.
I mean, I just feel like I'm throwing a dart at the dartboard to see what hits.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Keren. I'll give you. Oh, you want to say?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I've said first on all of them. I want you to go first because I have a couple of different ways I could go with this, but I want you to go first.
I think when I throw the dart at the dartboard, I think it's going to hit. I think it's going to hit Caesar's Palace.
My guess
Somebody
is
didn't like that
going-
answer.
I know. I
Yeah,
heard
sorry.
that too.
Oh, you heard the dog? Sorry.
Yeah. That's all right. No, I thought that was you, Keren.
You could see me. You know it wasn't me. I am going to say either Bellagio or Venetian.
Wynn Las Vegas.
There you go. It's
Interesting.
just as good an answer
Okay.
as any of the other ones. I get why.
And the funny thing is, I haven't eaten at 90% of the restaurants there.
I haven't either.
I've heard good, and I think they still have a Michelin-starred restaurant. No, it just closed.
You said on the last podcast they've done away with Michelin-starred restaurants in Vegas.
They haven't given new ones.
We have
Yep.
a follow-up to that if we get to
Yes.
it. I tagged Josh in, which could be a topic for a later thing. I have been doing some research and writing about it. I don't know that we'll have time. I am prepared if we're going to maybe talk about it today, but I have a feeling it'll be on the list for later. So,
Okay.
yes.
All right. What else you got for us, Josh?
All right. This category, best new restaurant. So downtown, best new restaurant.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Barba Home.
What is it? What'd you call it?
Barba Home, which is James Tree's new French restaurant.
Is that in a casino property?
Oh, it has to be in a casino. Okay, downtown.
I think
Best
almost
new.
everything on here is in a casino property. Yeah.
Best new.
I don't think I would know enough of the new restaurants in downtown or really in any casino.
So
to
this
be able
one
to-
I will tell you is a kind of a BS answer.
Okay.
Barry's Downtown Prime, which has been open for 4 years
That's
now.
what I was thinking. That's the only one I could think of. But yeah, there really hasn't been a new restaurant in a downtown casino. Barry's
No.
is probably it since Cirque opened. So,
I mean, I know they opened a Five Guys at Plaza, but I don't think that is what they're looking for here. All right, best new restaurant for locals.
oh my God, too many. I don't even
I agree.
know where I would start.
Durango changes this a lot.
I don't
Yeah.
even know where. I mean, I think it would have been. I think it was 2004 that Anima opened, which is still one of my favorites. But if it's 2005, there's been so many that have opened. I wouldn't even know where to start with it.
Any
You just
guesses,
said
Tony?
2005. That's it. That is an insane number to be off by.
2025
That's
You
what I
said-
meant.
Yeah, I know. We
I
knew
know.
what you meant. But I thought I have not heard the number 2005. I actually had to type the number 2001 today. And I could not make my fingers do it. It kept wanting to go 202. And I'm like,
Right.
so yeah. So the fact that you just said 2005 is the only reason why I had to call it out because I'm like, that is weird weird that you'd say 2005, and I had to type the number 2001 today. So, anyway, all right. So what was the answer, Josh? What's
So
the movie?
best new restaurant for locals, High Stakes Vegas at Rio.
But again, I it's hard. I struggle with considering Rio
Right.
to be a locals casino.
And I have a feeling it's Casino Player Magazine's definition of like, okay, the Strip is Las Vegas Boulevard,
Absolutely.
downtown is Fremont.
It's not really locals.
Absolutely.
and
locals.
anything that's
Yeah.
not in those is locals. And I think that's
Well,
probably what.
And I will
you
say
know-
this: I've been to High Stakes 3 times.
Oh wow!
So
you must like it.
no,
Oh,
not particularly.
okay.
It's been when folks have wanted to come in to try it. So it was brand new, and Alistair was in town, and we went. Josh was in town, and we went. And there was a third time that I went that I'm trying to remember what it was.
Is that the one that's at the top of the Rio?
Yeah.
Is that
Used to be the voodoo the voodoo steak.
Yes, got it. Okay.
I mean, It's a cool space. And I hate to say that it's not a favorite because again, it's not a James Trees restaurant. So James Trees is the chef behind Esther's and the new Barba Home and everything else. But he's like a consulting chef on it. It was not my favorite. It just, I mean, it was fine.
Sure.
I was whelmed.
I was whelmed.
It was whelmed?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were whelmed. Okay.
And then let's do best new restaurant on the Strip.
I'll tell you what. Help us out here, Josh. Why don't you give us 3 like casinos, meaning one of them is the real one, and then 2 would be, similarly situated to that one, and at least help us out.
So I got to think then of like 3 similar casinos that all have a new restaurant, and I don't know that I can do that
That's
on
the
the
hard
Strip.
part.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think you could. I don't think. Well, let me put it this way. I gosh darn guarantee you, Josh, if you gave me 3 restaurants, 2 lies and a truth, or 2 truth,
Okay.
Well, but the
whatever
tricky
that
part
thing-
is knowing when they opened, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. You could give like 3 casinos is fine. One of the casinos is where this restaurant is, but then what Josh is saying is I have to try to name another casino that has a new restaurant, and I don't know if they did and all that. Yeah.
Say I would have no clue if they had. If you said, I'm just making this up. If you said Horseshoe, Paris, and Harrah's, those are 3 like casinos, and I wouldn't have a freaking clue which one of those did or would not have had.
It would not have been in
Something.
Harrah's. I can guarantee that.
All right. Here's your 3. Here's Bellagio, Horseshoe, and Planet Hollywood.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put Bellagio in the same list of Horseshoe and
Good
Kehoe.
God, man.
Which probably means it's in Bellagio. New restaurant in Bellagio. I don't even know what's
I don't
opened there new. No,
Ergo.
Spago's been there a while.
I wish
Are you
I knew
gonna
how
take-
many listeners were yelling at their devices right now. Carbone Riviera at Bellagio.
Oh, geez, of course.
The boat tour.
Of course.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
Understood why that would be a winner. Understood. Matter of fact, hey, since last we got together, gang, I binge watched the entire series of Hacks, and
okay.
it was pretty good. I don't think it was as good as maybe everybody hyped it to be, but I also worry that that's the problem with hyping anything, is it's never as good as people make it seem like. But it was good. It was good, and it certainly had, with the exception of season 2. It had a ton of fun Vegas porn, and it was just super neat. And they've got this quirky woman that plays the mayor of Las Vegas. And it's, I mean, frankly, to a certain degree, the show's actually better. How do I want to phrase this? The ancillary characters are better than the Gene Smart, Hannah Einbinder, characters. So
I have not finished it yet, but I have noticed something recently. So I frequently have to drive the 15 freeway through the Cajon Pass from where I live down to, the whole metro area. And going north, back up home, there is an Adopt a Highway sign that says the Deborah Vance Fan Club.
That's amazing. How freaking cool is that? So Deborah Vance is
I'm assuming that's her character's name on the. Okay.
That's Gene Smart's character. Yeah. That is insane. How clever is that? That is super cool. So, any rate, the reason I brought that up was because the series Carbone Riviera is highlighted in the series finale. Oh, or not highlighted. They have lunch. They have lunch out there. And so that absolutely, I get why that place is impossible to get reservations at, particularly if you want to sit out on the actual outdoor patio area. So, cool. All right, I get it. Good one. All right, what do you think? Do we want to hold the rest of these, or do you got another one you want to hit?
Yeah, let's hold the rest of these. We have plenty of them that we can do another time.
Okay. Before we get into the meat and potato, the rest of the meat and potatoes of this podcast, yay, French 75. Keren, inquiring minds want to know how are classes going?
It's like every 2 weeks I give you guys an update. So I had my final exams for class number 2 of the 4 classes that are in this program. Cool. This particular class was focused on soups, stocks, and eggs. Okay. And this last week has been nothing but eggs, and the final was nothing but eggs. So, we have a written exam, again, that involved the soups and the stocks and the mother sauces and all this other kind of stuff. But the practical, where we actually had to cook stuff, was all about eggs. So I had to do 2 eggs over easy.
Okay.
And, that sounds easy, but you have to flip the pan to flip the eggs.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
Nice.
You can't break the yolks.
Well, and I did. I broke one. I've gotten the flip down pretty good, except I will usually break one, and I haven't figured out it. Like, I'm still struggling with that. So I'm sure I got points off for that. Then you had to do a French omelet. And if you don't know what a French omelet is, Google it. It's a pain in the fucking ass. It's really gross. I would never eat it. Because you basically soft scramble the eggs until, as my instructor said, they're the texture of cottage cheese. You then paint them around the bottom of the pan. So the bottom of the pan will cook, but the top is still that cottage cheese texture. And then you literally roll it up like a cigar and roll it onto the plate. That one I nailed. It was beautiful. I figured out the rolling. I don't know how I did, but a lot of my classmates are struggling with that. My first 2, when we first did it in class, my first 2 were horrible. They were awful. They were a disaster. It broke. It was just bad. But then on the 3rd try, I figured it out. And the 4th try, it was even better. So I'm like, that one I got. So that part I aced. And then we had to make...
Before we move on. I'm wondering, I want to talk about why you would never eat a French omelet. And is the reason you would never eat a French omelet the same reason I would want it? And then I wonder if there's something Midwestern about us of why we wouldn't eat it if it's the same reason.
It could be.
I need my eggs cooked.
Yep.
I need them. No cottage cheese eggs on my plate. Gross.
So I have
no way.
I have 2 instructors this class. Hard to explain. One is we're doing prep for the bistro, and the other one is like the in classroom stuff. And the chef who is the prep for the bistro loves a French omelet. And he's like, I love the creaminess. I love all of this. I love that. And I'm like, I am eating undercooked eggs. Like they're mushy. They're awful. I just can't do it. So I made a very pretty French omelet. It was beautiful. Had the little drizzle of clarified butter with the chives on top. It was fabulous. I'll send you guys a picture if you want to see it. But no, I cannot stand the texture. And it doesn't even help that by the end of it, so we're making all this stuff. And by the time the instructor comes across, to look at it, it's fucking cold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And cold, uncooked eggs.
Yeah. Wow.
So bad. So bad.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay.
That's the same reason.
I feel seen. Keren.
Now, I will tell you that, and this goes into what we made next. So like an over easy egg, I love that. If you get the yolk that runs out,
Delicious.
The whites have to be cooked. They have
Yes,
to be
they
cooked
do.
all the way through.
Preach.
Otherwise, I can't do it. When it's like just the sunny side up and you still have that little bit of the whites
and it
around
looks like
the outside.
snot, just
Right?
jiggly snot on the egg. Yeah,
Ugh.
gross.
So bad. So bad. So the last thing we had to do was an eggs Benedict. And not only did we have to poach the eggs, so we had to get our English muffins and toast them, and got our ham. We didn't have Canadian bacon. We had actual ham.
Okay.
And put that on the grill, so it was beautiful. It was lovely. We had to poach our own eggs.
Yep. Good.
And again, the chef told me it was 2 minutes to poach the egg. I go 2.5 to 3 because the first time I poached it, the whites right around the outside weren't completely cooked. And so you had to do that. But then we had to make our own hollandaise.
Nice. Okay.
Which is basically, egg yolks, lemon juice, vinegar, double boiler, and then clarified butter in there, and you whisk. I'm going to have an arm muscle like
Yes,
you guys
you
are going
will.
to believe. It's going to
Yes,
be
you will.
huge.
She's gonna look like Popeye on one arm, on this one particular arm.
But the funny thing is so when we did the Benedict in class the first time, you toast everything, you get the ham on the grill, and you do the poached eggs, and the poached eggs are kind of sitting while you're doing the hollandaise sauce, and that's the last thing you do. And I'm kind of sitting there like, yeah, but now the poached eggs are cold.
Mm-hmm.
Real easy trick. You put them back in the water for like 30 seconds.
Nice.
Heats them back up. You put that on there. You put the hollandaise on sauce. Dude, I'm going to be making eggs Benedict at home all the time because it's really actually easy.
That's so great. That's
It's
so
much
great.
fun.
I love it.
And so I passed.
Congratulations.
I passed.
Very
I'm
cool.
I'm on to class 3 of 4. I'm halfway through this whole thing, so it's
Good for
been
you.
fun.
How fun.
Nice.
Thank you for sharing that with us. That is super cool. All right. Aye. Let's start
actually
the show.
get into the show.
Absolutely.
20-some
Exactly. We're
minutes into
22
it.
minutes
Yeah.
in. Welcome again to the Neon Lounge. And this week we start with This Week in Las Vegas History.
This week in Vegas history, throwing you way back to August 9th, 1941, the city of Las Vegas got its first traffic light. Any
Wow.
guesses from the two of you as to where that was located at?
It's
yes.
going to be on Fremont Street.
Yes. I'm. Well, okay.
It's going to
No?
be Fremont, but it's not going to be Las Vegas Boulevard. It's going to be
No.
Fremont and Maine.
That is my guess as well, Karen. Fremont and Maine would be my guess as well.
So it's Fremont and 5th, which is Las Vegas Boulevard.
Boulevard.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I led you astray, Tony. I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, I actually agreed with you that it didn't seem like it would be, but I guess hindsight being what it is, if folks are coming in from, say, California to go downtown Vegas, that
Would've
would
been that
certainly
highway.
make complete sense that that's exactly how they would come down.
And if you think about it, Fremont and Maine, like Fremont dead ends on Maine now. I don't know if
Right.
it did then.
It did before. That's where the train station was, is where Plaza is. So it was
Okay.
it was always a T.
Yeah, that seems just like a logical place to put a stoplight because you
No,
got all
but
the
you wouldn't-
pedestrians there.
You wouldn't have needed it because, again, you have Wood Road that's dead ending. So you're going to have to stop. Like, you don't have a choice about that. So
No,
okay.
fair enough. All right, fair enough. That
Should have
is an
been
excellent point.
should have been the
Excellent
obvious answer on that one.
All right, it's time to get in the news. Let's find out what's going on in Vegas.
From the strip to downtown, we'll pass it around. Here's what's going down in Las Vegas.
All right, so talk to us, Josh. Stations Casino is testing a new payment system for their slot machines. What's going on there?
Yes, so Stations Casino is testing this new system. It lets guests pay directly at slot and video poker machines using Apple Pay specifically. It's called Trusted Tap, and they're trialing it at Durango casino bars at all of their 76 taverns. Karen, what are 76 taverns?
I don't know. That's a new one for
Okay.
me. Sorry.
and
Guys, keep going.
and then the Wildfire Anthem property as well. So basically, players can tap an iPhone or an Apple Watch, or they can scan a QR code, and it just moves funds automatically from a debit card stored in their Apple Wallet directly into the machine. And if you have any unused balance or winnings at the end of your session, you still get the standard Tito ticket, right? You're not going to transfer, unfortunately, back into
your account. Yeah, no, that doesn't work that way in casinos. They want you to come back with your money that you've already cashed out with.
So the program is still under review by the Nevada Gaming Control Board, and for now, it's limited strictly to those bar top machines. And regulators are, evaluating the security and the controls and the accounting behind all of this. But I thought it was just kind of fascinating that they're doing this. A lot of people have said, hey, the debit cards directly at slot machines or at video poker machines is really kind of taking this a little too far. So it's kind of interesting to see what stations, what they end up doing with this. And I found it fascinating that they're doing this after Resorts World kind of dropped their fully cashless model that they had adopted when they opened. They dropped that earlier this year as well. So kind of interesting to see that stations is testing the waters on this one.
So I'm two minds on this, right?
Yeah.
One is we are in a very cashless world. And if I can do my Apple Pay and Apple Watch and all of this to do anything, that's what I do. The flip side of it is, especially for people that have a problem with gambling, now you've made it way too easy for them to just add more money. But maybe it's a finite amount of money, right? It's not like they're tapping into a credit card. They're tapping into a debit card that's accessing their account. But yeah, there's the convenience factor. Love that. Great. The not regulatory. What's the word, Mr. Lawyer Attorney? What am I looking for? The protecting people from themselves factor, or not taking advantage of folks who might have a problem. There's a line or a barrier that's being crossed here. Like when you have to go to and you could make the argument, if it's on a debit card, what's the difference between them getting up, going to an ATM, pulling money out, paying the ATM fees, and coming back? Whereas now they can just do it right there. So you could make the argument of, I'm not going to take advantage of these people by charging them more to have to go to an ATM, because now they're not paying those fees. But the convenience factor of these people that do have a problem and just want to keep going back, now they can just do it from a debit card. Again, I'm two minds on this one. It'll be interesting to see where the test goes. I agree. It's interesting that it's after Resorts World has done it, but
This gives me an idea, now that you've talked through this, Keren, that you can skip ATM fees because you can load it onto your machine, cash out, and then go take that. And now you've saved yourself, $10 or $15 or whatever it is where you're staying.
From your bank and whatever the ATM is charging you. So probably $10 a shot.
Yeah. Follow me Keren, for more life tips.
For more life hacks. I'll tell you, Keren, I thought through it as well when I was reading the script on how do I feel about this. And I thought to myself, if you're going to allow ATMs within a casino in and of themselves, then you really are not, outside of maybe forcing the person to have to physically engage with putting, the ATM in the machine and taking the money out, saying, should I really be doing this, or can I really afford to be doing this? Right. Outside of maybe that aspect, if there are ATMs in the casino to begin with, what really is the difference? And as you aptly point out, if you've got a gambling problem, in a screwed up way, you're actually saving the person, the gambling addict, $10 in ATM fees that maybe they would have for food or rent or whatever the case might be. But so I guess I initially I had your same reaction. I kind of had a butt pucker as I was thinking about just how easy that is. I do like the idea though that it is your debit account only, right? So you can only take the amount of cash that you've got. If you,
but it has to be linked to a debit account because it's cash. Because they don't want to start tapping into credit cards because that's where all kinds of shit happens. So yes, it's good that it's debit. It's also bad that it's debit because it gives them direct access to the cash that they have. And if you have a problem, that's dangerous.
Well, be that as it may, 76 by Stations Casinos, it looks like it is some type of brew pub type based on the pictures of what I'm seeing on their website. They've got 6 locations. It looks like most of them are standalone locations except for maybe the one at the Aliante, but the rest of them appear to be their own restaurant.
And keep in mind, guys, like there's Dottie's and what's the other big one out here? There's other like video poker gambling bars that are a big business out here, right? It just is what it is. And if Stations already has a gaming license and they can get, granted, you have to get each individual location licensed, but they already have a history. If they can do that, taps more into locals, ties into their program. I don't know why it's called 76 because it doesn't seem to have a. Actually, I know why it's called 76. They're talking about it right now because this year is the 50th year that Stations has operated in Las Vegas. That just hit me. Literally, it just hit me. So it's been 50 years that Stations has been operating in Las Vegas. That's why it's 76.
Or it's because those are the number of trombones in the big parade. Well, 110 cornets.
Or I'm gonna
followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous man. Okay, sorry, that was
this will get lost on you, Tony. Josh might appreciate this because I'm gonna flip it, and they might be trying to tap into younger audiences, which is a little scary. And goes 7, 6, 6, 7.
Oh, Keren. I'm so embarrassed. I don't know who should be more embarrassed for who.
I know.
I'm breaking into a musical number from 1957, and you're doing the Kids 6-7. That was awesome. We are.
I'm going to pull a mark and say, let's move on.
Sounds great. That's going to do it for news. Let's roll into the medley.
It's time for the medley. A little this, a little that, a couple chips from the stack. What's happening in Vegas?
The medley is a bunch of random nuggets of information that we thought you might find interesting. First up, the Golden Nugget is celebrating their 80th anniversary with specials including room rates starting at $80, half-day cabanas for $80, or you can get 50-minute pedicures or a shampoo and blowout at the spa and salon for just $80.
Villa's Tacos, a Michelin-recognized spot from Highland Park, California, is coming to Vegas. The restaurant is opening its first location outside of Southern California at Durango on August 15th. Okay, you have to be more specific about where on Durango, because that could be up in Centennial Hills. It could be down in Mountain's Edge. It could be all over the place.
Durango, the casino.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I'm sorry.
I was like, I've been there, Karen. It's not that big. You don't have to be specific.
Okay, but as a local, you say Durango, and I'm like, where on Durango? Because Durango is a very long road. Okay. Then, okay, cool.
Sphere plans to debut Wizard 2.0 in September, although the company has not yet released a formal schedule or detailed what will change.
We'll talk more about that later.
Yeah, we got a review of Wizard of Oz at the Sphere coming up. So,
the Mob Museum is partnering with Golden Gate for a limited time artifact exhibition.
How many of those are you into right now, Tony?
French 75s?
76 French 75s. All right, so let me try that again. The Mob Museum is partnering with Golden Gate for a limited time artifact exhibition. Is that the right? Am I saying that word right?
Yes.
Exhibition?
Yes, you are.
The second time you said it right.
Yes. It doesn't sound right. Exhibition.
Exhibition.
Exhibition. The exhibit includes a 1930s era slot machine, an array of Prohibition era liquor bottles, and a collection of ashtrays and matchbooks. The items are accompanied by interpretive panels, all installed in front of a historic image of the Fremont Street backdrop.
I thought that was up your alley, Tony.
Yeah, I appreciate you giving that to me. I'm sorry that I slaughtered it because it sounded like I was putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable with every word I said.
Well, and it's ironic that you gave me this one too, Josh, and I'll explain why in a minute. Steve Wynn will discuss the Mirage's creation and legacy at an event sponsored by the Neon Museum on October 22nd, which will be held at the Golden Nugget. The evening presentation titled, quote, Reflections of the Mirage, will cover the period from the late 1980s to early 1990s when the Ambition project evolved from concept to reality. The reason this is ironic is I got a text today from dear friend of the show, Michael Traeger.
Oh man, I'm so jealous of you. Are you serious?
And he said he is one of the sponsors of this event.
Oh my gosh.
And he asked me, he said, I want to sponsor it, but I want to say it's in honor of Mark of 360 Vegas. And I'm in the middle of my final test. My phone is buzzing in my pocket and everything else. No, I couldn't see it until after I was done.
Okay.
But it was one of those things where he was like, look, I just want to check. This is what I want to do. He's like, I know how much Mark admired Steve Wynn and how he changed Vegas and what he did. And, you know, Steve Wynn's actually going to be speaking at this event and talking about the Mirage. Yeah. And he just said, you know, again, I think everybody knows we're coming up. We just passed a year since Mark's passing. And, you know, Michael sent me this message and I was just like, yeah, absolutely. Originally it was just, you know, Mark Witowitz. And I'm like, well, number one, add the junior to the end of it. I'm like, and if you could add 360 Vegas at the end, which is a lot of letters. So I get that. And he was great. So it was just funny when I got your show notes then after having this text conversation with Traeger. And then I saw this and I'm like, holy shit. So I'm trying to figure out more about this event and, but no, so Travel Zork, Michael Traeger is sponsoring it and at least one of the sponsors. But he asked me, he's like, can I do this, you know, in memory of? And I was like, absolutely. 100%. So
Michael Traeger just continues to blow me away. That's
he's an amazing person.
He's not one of the nicest human beings on the face of the planet. I dare you to try to come up with one person nice. Golly, that is really kind. Really kind.
Sorry you have to follow that, Josh.
With Lionel Ritchie.
Well, wait till you hear what I got to say about Lionel Ritchie here, because he is going to return for more shows at the Encore Theater this fall. Show dates are October 14th, 16th, and 17th, and November 11th, 13th, and 14th.
You know, I would see him. I really dig Lionel Ritchie. I really do. I would be interested to hear how he sounds in 2026. But that being said, I bet he's got some really fun stories. Whatever happened to his daughter, by the way? Remember her with The Simple
Ritchie?
Life? Her and yeah. Whatever happened to her? How's she doing?
Oh, she's married, kids, moved on. No, she's good. Sorry, Tony, you're no shot.
You lost me with the she had children. I saw the funniest. I don't know what I was watching. It was a TV show or movie, but I think TV show. And it was and I hate to say it. I'm sorry, ladies. There's probably a certain amount of truth to this, but this one of the female characters in this show was talking about how there's something about once you put a ring on your finger, you become invisible to men. She goes, watch this. And she was like talking, and then all of a sudden she pulls her ring off, and all these guys are right there to be like, well, hello, how are you? How you doing? And she puts her ring back on her hand, and they just immediately disappear. The idea that something about when women get married, they're invisible to men. So I thought that was...
I don't think that's true because, so I've had conversations with my wife about this, where I, as a guy, when I'm, checking out the ladies, I don't even look. And my wife, she'll be like, oh, no, he had a ring on. And I'm like, his left hand is on the other side of him. How'd you see it? She goes, I saw it. I look for these things. I think ladies look for the rings and guys just are oblivious.
Keren is losing her ever-loving mind. Why are you laughing,
because
Keren? What's
it was
going
a
on?
conversation that we had the last recording that we didn't put out in the air.
Yes.
Right.
Right. Now,
careful, you don't want to open that door.
I don't, but it's making me laugh because there are certain situations where they are looking for somebody with a ring on because they know that there's less likelihood of an attachment. So, like
less
if the woman
likelihood
is
of attachment if she does have a wedding ring?
Yes. Yeah. If you're looking for a certain kind of fun, short term,
I think we can address this part. Can we at least address the 30,000-foot elephant in the room?
Maybe ask me the question you're thinking, and I'll see because I'm not starting it.
I will say it, and then if we need to edit this part out, Josh can always edit this part out.
Jesus Christ!
Conceptually, you're talking about this concept of when married couples have an open relationship and they may swing, right? And so just generally
they're
speaking,
looking to add somebody.
Sure,
yes,
sure,
right.
Sure. So just that's the context in which I think you're trying to share with us where you're going with this. So tell me more.
Right. If you're looking to just add somebody for a one-time kind of thing, what I've learned is that, if they have a wedding ring on, that is a sign of that one's safer because he won't be looking for a more permanent attachment. Won't fall in love.
They're already attached to someone else.
Yes.
So therefore, this can be a one night only thing.
Okay, I'm sorry if I didn't say that clearly, but yes,
I get it now. I get it.
Yes.
Now.
I mean, we're a couple of men with penises. You got to spell it out for us sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Our IQs are inherently 15 numbers lower because of our penis.
This was so hard because you started going on that route, and I'm like, oh God, no, that's not. I've had a very different experience than you guys might have. Which again
I'm
wouldn't
sure.
make sense for why I was in the situation I was in. Anyway, can we?
I just want to tell the listeners, because we've danced around this, that Keren told before we recorded the
2 weeks
best
ago.
story
2 weeks ago.
She said she did not want on the podcast. And I told her at the end of the story, I was like, this is an amazing story, Keren. I wish that we could put this on here because it's fantastic content. People are weird. That's all I'll say about it. So Keren just told us this story a couple weeks ago, and it just, wow. I told my wife the next day.
Oh,
and
did you really?
She was so angry on your behalf, Keren. Like, she was so mad at that guy. So,
one of the things I recently ran down a rabbit hole. I should not phrase it that way. Can I scratch that? Let me start all over again. Sorry about that. My wife and I have never gone on a cruise before. We've never done any sort of vacation on the sea.
Yep.
We think, however, if we were to do a cruise, we think we're interested in trying a virgin cruise because it's supposed to be
adults
21.
Only.
Exactly. Yes.
Yep. No kids.
And we really like the idea that there are no children and that all of the food, the meals are included as a part of the
food, beverage,
so
package,
virgin is a little more pricey,
yeah.
right? But the food is at least included in it, and so we thought,
really
all right,
good.
that's kind of a fun way to do it. What we did not realize, though, is that there is a large subset of cruisers who go on who go on these cruises for cruising, and I don't mean the boat kind. And so what they'll do is they'll apparently put an upside down pineapple on their door.
Oh,
on the door of their room.
No, pineapples in general are a sign of swingers and that kind of stuff. Yep.
I'm 49 and we did this research last year or 2 years ago. So I was about 47, 48 years old before ever learning that was even
what a pineapple meant.
Yes.
You walk up to a house and there's a pineapple there and you're like, Lord.
I just thought, they're really big into tiki drinks. So,
or they're Hawaiian.
I don't know if you remember at Vegas Vacation 15 when we did the swingers event, I wore a golf shirt that had pineapples on it.
You did.
Because we were going
to swingers. Yep.
No, that literally meant that was straight over my head, man. Straight over my head.
Oh, Tony.
Skyfall Panoramic Bar at W Las Vegas closed on July 20th for remodeling. Not to worry though, friends, it is expected to reopen in October. Keren, remind my old man drunken memory, did we go up to Skyfall at one of our... Oh, there's my wife. Hey, love bug, did we go up to Skyfall at Mandalay Bay?
Yeah.
Wait.
Where I met my German
The very Las Vegas vacation, yes.
I don't think Tony was at either one of those, though. I don't
it
think
was the
he
year
went up
before.
there.
That was an unofficial.
But you and I were up there twice, Karen.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I remember one of them. I'm not sure.
My wife says that she met her German boyfriend. Speaking of swinging, she did not swing with the German, but she wanted to. She wished he would have invited her for a swinging opportunity.
The military army guy?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes. She goes.
Yep.
She goes. The military army guy. Yeah. My wife is. All right. She's hands above the. What's that? Yeah.
I get it.
So.
Your wife and I are on the same page on a lot of things. Let me just put it that way. Moving on, Le Cirque at Bellagio ends its service on August 23rd after 28 years as a Michelin-starred fine dining landmark in Las Vegas.
Opened with the property. So, yeah.
Yep.
22-year-old Lucas Jumalon has been named world champion at the World Series of Poker. Jumalon, who is from Spokane, Washington, won the $10 million prize on Thursday. The 2026 WSOP main event was held at Paris and Horseshoe and drew 9,208 players.
Crazy. What do you do with $10 million at 22 years old?
I mean, if the kid invests it, he probably never has to work a real day in his life.
Please give it to me now, and I don't have to worry about the job hunt thing that I'm still working on.
And you can just cook him Eggs Benedict.
Well, if he's into cougars, then everything is,
okay,
and
maybe.
You like yourself.
No.
I know.
Look,
my wife said, go ahead.
No, you first.
My wife said that if I were to die tomorrow, she would not, which is fine. Well, one thought at a time, she would not be out trolling for 22-year-old boys, which is so funny because I always say, as soon as I say I want to take my dog for a walk on MSU's campus to see, how much 22-year-old tail my dog can pick up for me. And my wife is like, that is the difference between men and women. She goes, 22-year-old boys have no clue what they're doing.
Nope.
And it's just jackhammering away. I'm just laying there waiting for
Wow.
All
right.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't where I was going with it. I was going to say that I'm in class right now with a bunch of 18 to 20-year-olds, and they're just dumb. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, that's
dumb.
True too, but
yes.
Oh, that's me. I'm like, well, this is awkward. Somebody should move on. Oh, it should be me. F1 Las Vegas Grand Prix has announced a concert lineup for the race weekend. The concerts will take place at the T-Mobile Zone at Sphere. So we've got some dates here for you, kids. Thursday, November 19th, Two Friends and Ja Rule will be there. I don't know who the two friends will be, but Ja Rule's got
when I first read that, Tony, I thought Ja Rule's bringing two of his friends. TBA.
This is when we know we're getting old, guys, because
Totally.
we are not. Most of these artists are not where we want to be, but yes.
But that's also, actually, let me tell you how old I am. I was like, well, God, that seems like that would be Thanksgiving Day. When is that? And I really did. It's 1 week before Thanksgiving.
It's
so
a week before.
If anybody's wondering, this year Thanksgiving is on November 26th. All right, so that's on Thursday, November 19th. On Friday, November 20th, a group called Disclosure, as well as a group called Gorgon City, will be playing. And then on Saturday,
I've heard of Disclosure. That one I think I've heard of. Could be wrong, but yes.
And then on Saturday, November 21st, we've got Sean Paul plus Natasha Bedingfield, plus followed by the Backstreet Boys After Party.
So on Saturday's lineup, I've heard of all of them. So yay.
Right.
We're good there.
Did you know, by the way, that Natasha is a huge, huge fan of playing craps? So she's a big, big fan of playing craps because of the one particular bet that she really likes to play. Natasha Bedingfield bets
my
the
God.
field.
You were waiting for that one. You're like,
Worked on
I
that
can
one while I was
throw.
at-
This is
Oh,
my
I was at
dad
work
joke
today.
that I'm going to throw in on this.
So I was to say, I don't know why you have this thing against kids, Tony, because that was a dad joke for the ages. Like that was excellent.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank you.
God. And if you're a fan of cars in tunnels, masquerading as an effective public transport, the Vegas Loop has opened a new station at the casino that shall not be named.
That's right.
Sorry.
Place.
I have
How
to
many
stick with that one.
places? Do we have any idea yet? How many places are a part of the loop?
I
this
don't know.
point?
I'm not sure. I know that there's places where they've broken out, but I don't know if there's a station there. Like I know Encore, for instance, has like they came out of the tunnel there, but I don't know if there's a station. I think there is, but I think Encore, Sahara, Resorts World, and then there's like 2 or 3 at the convention.
Would you like to
center.
know
Yeah.
what AI Overview tells me?
Sure.
It tells me the operational underground Vegas Loop currently features active stations at the Las Vegas Convention Center campus, Resorts World, Westgate,
Okay.
Wynn Encore, alongside newly integrated stops at Fontainebleau and Sahara, Las Vegas.
There you go.
That's not, I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 stops so far. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't be creative.
Some of
about
these
that.
sections, though, it's a single one-way tunnel going back and forth. So I have seen reports of people saying, yeah, I ordered my car and it came, but then they said we had to wait before we could go because another car was coming through our, like, it's that kind of, like, what are we doing? So
That is surprising that they would. If you're going to take the time to build the road to begin with to go from point A to point B, why would you not make it a 2-lane?
So
Function.
it's not a loop yet.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're calling it, is the loop. It's not the loop yet.
All right, interesting enough.
if you haven't seen the Eagles at the Sphere yet, take it easy. The Eagles have added 4 more shows on January 15th, 16th, 22nd, and 23rd, 2027, extending their residency to the longest in Sphere history.
Boulevard Las Vegas has announced they will bring live music to their rooftop terrace every Thursday in August. The weekly series runs from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and is open to guests of all ages.
So you can have in and out and listen to free music? I don't know.
Gibson Guitars has announced that the Gibson Garage Las Vegas, which is, of course, an immersive retail and music destination in the Miracle Mile shops, it's expected to open in 2027. So I have a little bit of like a love for this because when we lived in Memphis, they had a Gibson guitar factory there. And that guitar factory tour was so amazing, so much fun. It shut down after the pandemic, from what I understand. But this could be fun. I kind of want to go check it out just to see if it's anywhere close to what it could have been. You put it that way.
Sure.
And Vinyl Room is opening on the 63rd floor of Mandalay Bay on August 8th. Said to be inspired by Japanese high-fidelity listening lounges, Vinyl Room pairs elevated Asian-inspired dining, music-inspired cocktails, and curated vinyl and memorabilia decor with unmatched views of the Las Vegas Strip. This is going in the same place that was the Foundation Room.
Oh, okay. So that's not reopening in any way, shape, or form. Got it.
That's it for the medley. But up next, we have a review.
Here's a review, a little overview of a thing or two we did in Las Vegas.
Josh, so you've got a review of the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. Tell us about your experience, man.
Yeah, so we went a few weeks back on our anniversary. And for listeners who have good memory, we mentioned that we were going to review this last week. And then, of course, that episode turned out to be a little bit of a marathon.
Yeah.
So we pushed it back to this week. because apparently the Sphere is still open, still showing The Wizard of Oz. So we figured it'd be okay. And Tony, I'm going to rely on you a little bit because I know you've seen this as well. So we bought tickets the same day. I had heard that if you buy like tickets secondhand on StubHub, it can be a little bit less. I don't know that that was necessarily our experience. There were plenty of tickets available on StubHub, but we still paid $375 for two people to see a movie that we'd seen before.
Holy shit.
And Karen, we were on the 4th level. We were on the 400 level. That was like pretty high.
Again, I've never been in the Sphere. I am scared of it. I don't think my motion sickness. So when you talk about you tell me you're on the top level and you're paying $375 for two people, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Now I chose seats that were fairly close to the center. So you pay a little bit more for that, but not much. And there was still several rows of people like in front of us. I will say that a lot of people have said things about like how steep the seating is, and it's steep, but as someone who's been to, like a lot
sporting
of
events.
Sports arenas, to me, it's like being at the Upper Bowl at T-Mobile. It's not that bad.
Right. But not what folks are used to in a movie theater, right?
No. Yeah.
But not the same as if you're in a sports arena. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because this is designed to be like an immersive visual experience. So yes, you don't want to have a head in front of you that you're leaning to the left, to the right to try to figure out, what can I see, what can I not. So I get that. And
that was fine. Like there was not any issue with anyone blocking our view or anything like that. I did feel bad, because the seating, you do have to stand up when people are walking past you. And so if somebody had to leave in the middle of it, you've got to stand up and block the person behind you to let this person go by. Yeah. Food prices, there was a little bit of a to-do about food and drink prices at the Sphere when they first opened. I felt like they were not that bad. I don't have like concrete examples in my head. I want to say like cocktails were like $18, which I feel like that's Vegas, right? Like it was kind of in line with prices that you'd see elsewhere at Vegas. Sometimes when you go to a venue at Vegas, you have the venue upcharge and you have the Vegas upcharge, and then it's like exponential.
And were they cocktails that were larger? So a lot of times you pay $18 for a cocktail in Vegas, and it's this cute little tiny crafted cocktail that is, you'll have done in 20 minutes. Versus if you go to, was it a larger, more like a 10, 12, 16 ounce cocktail versus a 8 ounce cocktail?
I'd say probably a 12 ounce cup, and it's a commemorative glass cup too. I mean, it's a plastic cup, but it's a commemorative plastic cup that we saved when we went to it. So yeah, I'd say so. Say so that it's appropriately-ish priced. I mean, I'd make an argument. Josh, did you get a cocktail, by the way? Did you get one of the?
I did not. I just kind of went around. I went around and took some photos of the menu boards that were there. Sure. But I don't think we ordered any food.
You saved yourself a little bit of diabetic shock because the cocktails are so sweet and sugary. My wife couldn't even finish it. It was just too grossly sugary and sweet. But she's kept the cup. She loves her cup. She hand washes her cup so that she doesn't have to put it in the dishwasher to let it.
So she paid $18 for the cup, not for the cocktail.
Yes, 100%. You're buying it for the cup, and the drink is you'll drink about 4 sips out of it and be like, I am done.
But I will say, if that was what she wanted for a souvenir, that was probably the smartest thing she could have done.
Yep,
because
absolutely.
While the food prices were fine, and the food prices are obviously set by the Sphere, the merch prices were bonkers. We as we worked our way through, because you come in on the ground floor, we came in on the ground floor because we Ubered there, and then you kind of work your way up through these different levels, and they've got all these different kind of merch areas. And the first thing we see is this dog bed, which was cute. It was a wicker basket, like Toto's carried it. Mm-hmm. And it had a kind of like a blue gingham pad in it, like Dorothy's dress. But it was a small dog bed, right, for a small dog like Toto. And they wanted $300 for this bad boy.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know that I paid that much for my dog. So And then
not when you steal it from somebody's yard. I mean, it was super cheap.
Right next to it were T-shirts for $70.
Yeah.
And I was like, does it wash itself? Does it change colors?
For a T-shirt?
Yes.
T-shirt, yeah.
Like front and center, proudly displayed with a big sign. Shirts, $70.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was consistent through all the merch. Like, all the merch was way, way, way overpriced. So, yeah, it sounds like the tip of the day is to get yourself, an $18 cocktail and just hang on to the glass, because then you get a cocktail and a souvenir.
Right.
There were a ton of great decorations and theming in like the lobby spaces. Beforehand, the decorations and the theming and everything was all like the sepia toned Kansas kind of
style. The black and white, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then afterward, everything was green there was Emerald the rainbow City. And Emerald City, right, all that stuff. So that was really cool. And even the overhead lights were kind of just like, they were just the regular incandescent color beforehand, and then afterwards they were green. So just like all these lights everywhere that were glowing green. The enhancements itself to the theater, and I'll say when we first sat down, we get in our seats, and I've been in the Sphere, but I was only on the ground floor before. So I had to stop and kind of get my bearings, and it looks like you're in. You can probably find on the internet pictures of the theater before the movie starts.
Right.
And it looks like you're in a traditional theater. I don't know the right term for this, but in theaters they have these walls that are kind of zigzag shaped, and I'm sure there's an acoustic reason for it, where they kind of jog in a little bit. And so it looked like that. And then it looked like there were speakers, 2 pairs of speakers hanging from the wall next to the curtain. And so I thought about it for a moment.
It looked like a movie theater, like any movie theater you'd seen, where the screen is this big.
Uh-huh.
And they had, speakers hanging and the acoustical zigzag, all that. So okay, so the movie is just going to be here, right in the center.
Right.
And I'm sorry, folks.
That. And
I'm doing a lot of visuals, like hands are here versus out here. But I think we can visual what a typical movie theater looks like.
Right.
Okay. That's what
and I turned to my wife and I said, I don't think those speakers are real. And she's like, well, there's cables hanging from them. I said, yes, but they don't need them, because I'm drawing on my Vegas knowledge. I'm like, there's 10,000 or whatever speakers behind the entire screen here. They don't need speakers. Those speakers aren't real.
Right.
And sure enough, when it finally started, the curtain opened down in front of you, and it says The Wizard of Oz, and it looks like you're watching it on your TV screen, especially for us, poors up in the 400 area.
And Tony, nobody can see this, but Tony's just sitting here nodding his head like, yep, been there, saw that. That's the exact same experience. And he needs to speak up, because he's like,
but, well, I mean, I kind of think, Josh, are you about to spoil perhaps one of the oohs that come from the audience?
Well, I am.
Okay.
Because all of a sudden then everything, all these walls and those speakers and everything just
are gone.
Disappear. They're gone. Yeah. And now you're seeing the words Wizard of Oz are still the same size to you, right? But there's all this, like these clouds and everything all around you. And that ooh was amazing. Like the collective ooh and ah from the audience. When all of a sudden this facade of a theater is just gone and it's all around you, was just really cool to kind of witness just everyone blown away by this. I think the enhancements, Tony, let me ask you, what do you think of the enhancements to the actual production in terms of like the visual enhancements?
I thought it was very impressive that they could take a movie that was conservatively 60, 70 years old.
Yeah.
If not maybe perhaps older.
It's older.
And be able to get it to look as good and clean and crisp and vibrant on the Sphere, the inside of the Sphere. I know where you're going with this to a certain degree of what you have, the quote unquote the bad, but at the end of the day, I am willing. So my wife ran down a rabbit hole when she found out that I had bought us tickets, because this is one of my wife's probably number one, number two movies.
Right.
If it's number two, it's only number two to say like Sound of Music. So my wife was very, very excited to get to go see The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. So she ran down quite the rabbit hole, and she said that the number one complaint people seem to have was that there's a certain level of unrealisticness, and I'm trying not to steal your thunder here on where you're going with this, Josh. So to a certain degree, you got to be willing to say in 2026, I am watching this movie in a technological realm that could never, ever, ever have been dreamt of in 1939 or 42 or whenever the hell this movie came out.
So yeah, let's talk about that, because I immediately when we got home from this trip, I pulled it up and watched the original on TV. I was like, I want to see, because God knows how long it's been since I've
Can you
I've done
tell
that.
the difference? That's the question,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes. Especially having one experience fresh and then going to the other one. And whichever way you decide to go, if you were a listener and you're like, I'm going to watch it at home and then I'm going to go see it at Sphere, I think having one fresh and then doing the other will be huge. Because there were times where Dorothy's walking and it's kind of a high shot and she turns around to say something to someone and you can see behind her like a painted soundstage wall. If she had kept walking, she was going to hit her head on the wall, right? But they shot it and they painted it in a way where it looks like, oh, okay, that's passable, because the movie was made in like, I think the late 1930s. There's none of that. All of that's gone from the Sphere. And I had a couple photos that I took during the Sphere performance. And so I was able to pause it on my 4K TV at home and kind of look at the two. And it's very obvious, all like the upgrades that they made. The city of Oz from a distance looks better. There are like trees and things like that look better. The flowers that they first pan across in Munchkinland are more vibrant. So all of those enhancements are great. Now, the bad part that I've got here in my notes that Tony was alluding to is there's a lot of times where people are walking and they don't look like their feet are on the ground, like they're almost like pasted over an image. Their feet just aren't casting shadows the right way or something like that. I'm wondering if some of this Wizard 2.0 that the Sphere is going to be debuting next month might be addressing some of that. This is really nitpicky, but I tend to hyper focus on some things. There's a scene where Miss Stotch is inside talking to Aunt Em about taking Toto. So they're inside the cabin or shack or whatever. And in the original movie, all you see is, these four people in the frame. But at the Sphere, you're seeing like the ceiling boards. And so I'm looking up because I'm trying to take it all in. And there's a spot where you can see the seam between two boards, and they've got some chips in the boards where, they weren't perfect or whatever, which is a cool detail. But in the next set of boards over, they've got the exact same chips missing and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Sure, and so it's like, okay, you could have done that, but move those over here, not right next to each other where it's really obvious. Right. So those kind of things were like, okay, that's a little weird. Like seeing the credits for the actual movie and then seeing the credits for all the digital artists that were involved in bringing this thing, modernizing it for the Sphere. It's like somebody couldn't have fixed those little, couldn't have put shadows by their feet. Couldn't have done that. So
can I be the counter? And I haven't seen this. I'm the one of the three of us that haven't seen this.
Yes.
They are adapting a movie that was done in 1930 something.
39. Just looked it up.
Yeah.
1939.
Okay. For this technological marvel that they could not have imagined, and they are trying to piece it all together. So, again, especially you, Josh, with your film studies background, will probably be overly critical in certain areas. I'm just saying that. And again, I want to go see this. I'm so afraid, though, that I'm going to spend the first 5 minutes in there and be like, nope, I'm out, I'm done. Like, I get the motion sickness, all of that. I would say it's going to be very interesting to see if you want to go back to see Wizard 2.0, if they notice all of that stuff and they're like, you know what? Fuck, we missed this. We didn't realize what this was going to look like in this kind of a venue. So let's fix it. Because the Wizard of Oz has been selling. It may not sell out all the time, but the number of people that they get in, the number of folks, even, again, it's been there a year. And I know so many people coming into town, they're like, we're going to go see Wizard of Oz. I wonder if the 2.0 is going to take all those little things that you've noticed. No shadows on the feet, walking on nothing, the divots in the not trusses, but whatever the things in the ceiling.
The ceiling boards.
Yeah. I wonder if it will be, and if you are going to take any of the money that you might be earning from the show and go see something again, this might be a way to do it, because you could write it off as a business expense. I'm just saying, I've learned that.
So that's one of the only reasons why I was comfortable doing this, is because we did use some of the show money to do that, because I knew I wanted to talk about it on here.
Yep.
Because it was my anniversary, and my wife, if she batted her eyes at me and said, please, can we go see Wizard of Oz? Would I have still done it? Probably.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. We talked to somebody who said, oh, this is my third time seeing it. We were like, yeah, but first time here, right? She goes, no, this is my third time seeing it here.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are people who absolutely love it. I thought it was great. I think it's worth checking out. I really think that people who are like me and can be nitpicky are better served by watching the original first, and then going there to see,
and not
all
vice
the things.
versa like you did.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, see all the things they've done. I think most people are aware of a lot of the interactive stuff that happens during it. For instance, the tornado is the first one. That was pretty cool. The apples have become so well known that as soon as they get close to the trees, people started looking up and looking at like, okay, where are the apples going to come from?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we did not get an apple, but my wife, I could see, like, she's like, I want an apple. I want an apple so bad. So people were really kind of looking for those, really wanting their apples and trying to grab the leaves when the tornado was happening. It did feel like at the end they were kind of trying to figure out what other interactive things they could do.
Okay.
When they see the wizard, there's actual flames on the floor that are like shooting up, which was pretty cool. The flying monkeys. So I don't know if any of you have seen this, but they've got actual flying monkeys that fly around. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't think I think they're suspended upward somehow from the floor. They're not hanging from the ceiling, because they were pretty close to the ground. And again, us poors up in the 400 section, it lost a lot of the illusion when the flying monkeys are circling and they're in the foreground between me and like the scarecrow's feet and stuff. So it didn't look
I'll
great.
trip you. I will trip you.
They're not animated.
Right.
They're just like moving slowly, like this mannequin flying monkey that's just kind of circling nearby. So it's almost like, I just take those out. I have heard a rumor that might be one of the things that they are hoping to improve with Wizard 2.0. But overall, I liked it. I was impressed. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like it's my job to just give the listeners kind of a full picture of what to expect. It was not perfect, but it is a massive improvement on the original, and it's really cool to see everything that they did to enhance the experience. And I will also say that the cuts that they made,
that was going to be my question. Like, did you notice what they cut? Because they cut it from almost a 2-hour movie down to like 90 minutes. Yeah.
So again, I'm not a super fan. Tony's wife might have noticed something right away and been like, where is that? I noticed because I saw it fresh, and then I went and watched the original version. I was like, oh, that scene isn't there, or they cut a couple of those lines. There are songs that are cut.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I won't say what, because I don't want to ruin it for someone.
But I want to know. So tell me later.
I'm not a super fan, so I was like, I wouldn't have known unless I had gone again right home and watched the original. So it's fine. I mean, guys like Tony, right, who want to see the show and then get back to gambling as soon as possible will probably appreciate it.
But through all of this, I want Tony to give his 2 cents because he's also seen this.
Oh, I had no shits to give. I was glad to do it for my wife.
Okay.
We were one section down from Josh, where I think you were at. We were in the 300 range. But outside of that, listen, it's. I have actually appreciated it being like an hour and 15-minute movie. That was just the right amount of time for me with my butt in a seat without being able to get up and move around and so on and so forth. Or be in a casino. Or be in a casino and have a drink I could actually like choke down, not this sugar water that they gave us. But no, it was good. It was, the Sphere is a cool experience. My wife was really in awe of the escalators going up to get, like, every time we took an escalator up, she thought that was where we were supposed to be. And I'm like, nope, we got to keep going. And so what was neat about that is the further up you go, the more you think you're in nosebleed seats. Because in any other sort of concert arena, the further up you're going, farther up you're going. Because
the action in most arenas is down at the bottom.
That's right. Yeah. That's exactly right.
And so
exactly.
So what I'm hearing you say is that the cheaper, higher up seats might not be.
I completely agree with that. Yes. I would make an argument that this is one of those instances where you do not need to swing your dick around and try to get, as front close seats as possible for this particular show. Now, that being said, I'm not going to speak to concerts. Josh can speak to that, but as it relates to an actual, say, on the screen type show, say the Postcards from Earth and Wizard of Oz, the farther back you are, I think the better off you really are. Otherwise, you're so close, you're craning your neck upward to really try to see what's going on directly above you. You're just too close. So there you go. Let's see. Next up. Oh, I do love getting into this part. Okay, so now we've got some listener feedback.
Here's the listener's word. All the voices we've heard, each and every absurd thought about Vegas.
So first up, listeners, if you want to know how to be the coolest emailer, be like Jody, because this is so much fun and I am so excited to get to dig into this. So Keren, will you please share with us the email that we received from listener Jody?
I will. So Jody writes, "Hey loungers,"
which I loved that, by the way. I immediately caught that and went, I kind of dig that nickname. Yeah. Like, we're the loungers. We're just lounging around having drinks and chatting. So please continue.
So Jody writes, "Loving all the content. I used to listen to Vital Vegas a lot, and you guys have dethroned Scott now as my favorite podcast, which, to be honest, is not hard because Scott has not put out a podcast
in 3 years or something crazy.
He says it's his annual podcast at this point. So, yeah.
I love it.
Again, y'all know I love Scott. He's great, but no, he's not a podcaster. Me and my fiance love Vegas and are coming for our third trip together. This one is extra special because we are getting married this time around.
What?
We've done all the stuff on the strip, so now we were asking for some local recommendations.
I feel like she's just kind of glossing over that fact. Congratulations, Jody. That's super exciting.
It is
getting married in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for her. All right. So go ahead. She's
number one, she asked, is there a casino off strip and not downtown that you guys recommend that we check out?
I think we should go round robin on this answer.
I'll go last.
Okay, fair enough. I think you should actually, being the local. I'll tell you what. I think I get to go first because I am the farthest person from Las Vegas.
Okay.
I would say, all things being equal, Jody, if I could only go, if I had to go check out a place that I've been to before, that I no questions asked would want to go back to, hands down for me, Red Rock Casino. Red Rock Casino is my most favorite off-strip locals casino. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the casino. I love the bars. I love the restaurants. For me, the wife and I have actually talked about taking a trip to Las Vegas and only staying at Red Rock. Let me just put that in perspective of how much we dig Red Rock Casino. We love it so much we could actually see ourselves doing an exclusive stay at Red Rock.
You know what I love about that is you would be right down the street from me and not staying at my house.
Oh, I know. Everybody wins, right? Everybody wins.
Which, you're welcome. You can stay here anytime. You're like, no, I'd rather be in a casino. I'm like, cool.
That's right.
You are, 2 minutes away. You could walk to my house from there. Awesome. Love that.
All right, Josh, what about you? What say you, man?
Jody, I'm going to suggest that if you have not been to Ellis Island, you need to check it out. They just finished a big remodel, and it's lost a little bit of that charming seediness that it had before, but it's gorgeous. It's fun. They have low limits. They have great games, and they have a lot of good, inexpensive food options there. And it's a short jog right off the strip. So I would recommend checking out Ellis Island if you haven't done that.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I'm going to say Durango because you're newly married. It is one of the newest local casinos. It is bright, airy. They have some great restaurants. Nico's that's in there is a fantastic steakhouse. And so is... Oh, crap. What's the restaurant? I want to say it's like Summer House. I don't think that's it. But they have a great little restaurant in there, plus the food hall. I would say, my suggestion would be Durango for something new. Okay. Number 2, my fiance wants to check out a local dive bar. Are there some you guys would recommend that aren't too scary?
So I'm going to go first again because I actually have the least to contribute. So believe it or not, I will actually be the most brief on answering this question. To me, the quote unquote diviest dive bar I have been to is barely a dive bar. Atomic Liquors is the best I could suggest.
That was the first one that popped into my head. Yeah.
Yeah, I struggled with this one too. I think that Fremont East is probably your best bet. So good. Atomic Liquors, and then isn't the Griffin? Is that the one I'm thinking of that's on Fremont East?
It is.
Which is weird. It has a whole vibe of I'm exploring a dwarven tavern or something.
You're right.
So there's you could actually do a little kind of a Fremont East dive bar crawl.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be too scary. So
Agreed. Well, and what's the I can't believe I'm forgetting this now. What is the bar within a bar? The Speakeasy.
Oh, are you talking about the underground? No, not the underground. The laundry room and
is that what it's called? Yeah, the laundry room, which is inside of Fremont East.
Yes, yeah. Are you Googling it? All right.
They're going to Google. I'm going to say, and this is going to sound terrible, I'm going to say look to go to the Arts District and pick any of the breweries down there.
Yeah.
If you want a fun tiki bar, go to Stray Pirate.
Yes.
And whatever the one is that's right next door to it that I haven't been to yet, but I've heard really good things about.
Well,
the Jungle?
You and I and Mark and my wife went to the Velvet Rabbit. No, we went to the Velvet Rabbit. That's a good place to go.
And they might not be dive bars. So some of these are fancier cocktail bars.
That's very true.
I think if you want a dive bar in the Arts District, the best part is you have a ton of options within walking distance. So
you know what? Actually, Jody, I would follow Keren's advice. I would go to the Arts District. You're going to be able to get a pseudo divey bar feel without it being a sketchy area or unsafe feeling being there. Let me put it this way. There's a bar in Lansing that there's a giant sign that hangs outside of the bar that says, if you don't feel welcome here, you're not. And so it's just one of those things where I don't think you for 1 second would you have to feel unsafe at any of the bars in the arts district. I would follow Kersley. That's a great idea. Okay,
I got one more for her there really quick. I just popped in my brain as I'm kind of looking at a map. Dino's. So
never been.
I've not either.
Speak to it.
I'm not either, but it's kind of like a locals karaoke dive, and it's fairly close to the arts district. So that might be something if you're looking for something that kind of hits that checkbox of an actual dive bar, and you still want it to be not too scary. I think Dino's might be what you're looking for.
That would be good.
That's a cool idea. Well, and that place is just so steeped in history, Jody. You're getting you really are stepping back in time. That's like having dinner at, say, Golden Steer. So cool suggestion, Josh. Absolutely.
All right. So number 3, we've decided to DoorDash our dinner from a local restaurant one night. Is there a restaurant that may be a little cheaper we have to try? I'm going to let you guys go because I have a place
I got
in
a
mind.
list.
No, I have a place and I cannot remember the name of it. No,
okay.
I remember.
Gotcha.
I remember. All right. But you guys go first. Because I'm guessing you're staying downtown based on your questions 1 and 2. The tricky part about like door dashing is, will they go to a casino? Will they not?
Yeah. Fair point.
If you're staying downtown, I have a really good idea, but you guys pick your. If you were in a casino and wanted to DoorDash something, where would you guys want to get it from?
Yep, I'll take this one and buy you some time to think, Josh. For me, 100%, no questions asked. I would absolutely go with Lotus of Siam. No questions asked. That I am such a fanboy of that particular restaurant. If they are on DoorDash, that would be absolutely my recommendation. Now, that being said, Jody, you and your fiance to be and soon to be husband need to enjoy, say, Thai, mostly Thai, some Chinese food aspect of the menu, but you gotta like Thai food. You need to enjoy Asian food, spicy Asian food, for that to be a good pick for you. If that's not, then no harm, no foul. You've got Josh here and Keren to give you some backup ideas.
So just like Tony's probably wasn't a surprise to any of our listeners, mine probably wouldn't be either. I would say Soul Belly barbecue. Now you don't really, if you're on the strip, you don't really have to DoorDash it. You can go down to Miracle Mile shops and get it there. But I think that's a more limited menu than what's available at the Arts District location. If you like barbecue, you will not leave hungry.
So my recommendation is going to be, and again, I'm assuming you're downtown or somewhere there because other questions. I would recommend DE Thai. Letter D, letter E, and then Thai. It is a tiny hole-in-the-wall, seats maybe 12 people restaurant. I hate to say it, Tony. I like their food better than Lotus of Siam. And I love Lotus of Siam.
High praise.
I love Lotus. I used to work right around the corner from there. And I worked where I could get La Thai downtown as Thai food.
Sure.
Lotus I couldn't get, but we found DE Thai and it's just the best. It has the most flavor of any of the non-spicy, because you can do the whole non-spicy thing if you don't want to. It just has the most flavor. It's so good. And their banana wontons with the coconut ice cream for dessert.
She's passed out on her microphone right now, Jody. So
oh my
she'll
God.
come back. She'll come back.
I miss it. I'm gonna have to go figure out how to do that. So, and it's more inexpensive. So that was the other part of her question was what's the more inexpensive place to try? I will say that again, Lotus of Siam, ridiculously reasonable in their pricing. I think, Tony, the first time that, me and you and your wife went there and we got the bill and we're like, we think you forgot something.
There's not enough. This isn't expensive enough.
No. And
the three of us.
So they're amazing. But DE Thai is the same way. It's incredibly reasonably priced. If you're doing So Belly in the Arts District, yeah, it's really good food, very reasonably priced. I don't know if the pricing difference might be in the Miracle Mile shops, but I'm guessing there's going to be one. But yeah, so I hope you like Thai food because that's kind of or barbecue
or at least maybe Jody, what the bigger takeaway here is the Arts District might be something that you and your husband may want to spend some time.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, for people that just you want a day to wander and do. I haven't been down there in a minute, so yeah.
We've got one more, and we're running short on time, but I definitely want to talk about this next one because we alluded to this an hour and a half ago. So next up, we've got an email from a listener, Craig, about the Camp at Palms.
Craig says, "Hey gang, listening to the bit about the J-Dubs experience, Keren had a great idea about different popsicles with the Prosecco. So he's got some name ideas for us that we are apparently free to use. Popsicos.
Tony, put these down for your cocktail videos.
Yeah.
We have some ideas. Sorry.
Or prosicles.
I like the prosicles.
I kind of like that too.
I like
fancier.
popsicles. It's a popsicle. So,
popsicle.
Craig, here's the deal, brother. Your email inspired me. So, coming out on Thursday, August 13th to Patreon only, I have created a video where I have done exactly your suggestion. So if you want to know what that's going to look like, Craig, you just need to wait until next Thursday.
And be on Patreon.
And be on Patreon. I wasn't going to point out the obvious, but yes, it's my way of lovingly nudging folks over to Patreon if they aren't already, for the purposes of seeing exactly what popsicles end up looking like and tasting like and da-da-da-da, because I had a really good time. It's going to get edited down, but I had a really fun time creating this video and putting it together. And it's going to be, I'll tell you this much, friends. This is one of those videos where I am not actually recommending that you do what I'm doing. Most of my cocktail videos, I really do want you to, if I say, go out and buy this stuff and make this cocktail, I mean it. This is one of those where you're going to watch it more for the entertainment value.
Don't try this at home, folks.
Exactly. Where let me put it this way. I don't think anyone's going to run out and be like, ooh, must buy bomb pops and Prosecco.
Ew.
But you won't know. You won't know until you won't know what it's like firsthand until you get to watch me do it on the video. So anyway, that'll get posted next Thursday. So that being said, kids, I think that's going to do it for today's show. I want to thank you all for listening. We really do appreciate that you took the time to join us in the Neon Lounge.
You can find all of our stories on our webpage at neonlounge.vegas.
You can also find us on social media, including Facebook, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, Twitter, and God knows where else.
By the way, Jody did conclude her email by saying, keep up the good work. You guys make every other Monday a little less shitty. And so that was very kind of you, Jody. We appreciate that. That is our goal.
What do you do in life? I make every other Monday a little less shitty for some people.
That's right.
I mean,
I will take that as a win.
Sit around
100%.
and laugh about goofy shit. You can join the conversation on Discord. We're on the 360 Vegas Discord server. An invite can be found in the show notes. By the way, Josh, will you touch on real quick? You posted something about Patreon and people that are Patreon can get into Patreon, or I couldn't really follow what was going on, but I assume that was Old Man Snyder not being able to understand what was going on. Can you share with folks what you posted on Twitter or Discord? Do you even know what I'm talking about?
Oh, if you are a Patreon subscriber, there is a Discord channel that's only for Patreon subscribers. And for the 360 Vegas people, there's a way where it can automatically give you that status, if you will, that access. But
to that Discord server, not to Patreon, but you can get from one Discord to another.
No, you can get access to the Patreon channel in our Discord server. That's locked to other people. It's a cool kids only club. But it does not happen automatically with the Neon Lounge Patreon subscriber. So if you're on Discord and you are paying for the Patreon with Neon Lounge, but your name is showing up white and not red, meaning you not showing up as having access to that Patreon channel, just message me on the server or post a message somewhere saying, Josh, what gives? And I'll set you straight.
Ask Josh to do more work because he's realizing how much work is involved in the podcast.
Yes, this
when
poor
he's like,
guy,
I want to do a podcast. And you're like,
so Tony, I thought you were referencing the little video that I made of you when you first started talking about this.
That was awesome. That was amazing. As a matter of fact, I pulled it up for my wife to let her watch that. That was, again, another reason
I can
to join
imagine
Patreon.
her response. I can hear it in my ears, which was joyful laughter and just nothing but. I can envision it. Oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah,
so good.
It really was.
I think that's me. If you would like to send any feedback, you can email us at stop highlighting shit, Josh.
I realized I had to take something out.
If you'd like to send us any feedback, you can email us at neonloungepodcast@gmail.com, or you can call our voicemail line at 702-900-7964. If we like your email or your voicemail, we might even read it or play it on the show.
Vegas, Icons and Legends is available to purchase at Amazon.com.
We have Neon Lounge merch. You can get all kinds of cool Neon Lounge apparel, drinkware, etc. at Zazzle.com/Neon Lounge. If there is something you'd like that you don't see on the store, let Josh know and he'll be happy to figure something out for you.
And do you like what we're doing here? Would you like more of it? Support us and get access to commercial-free and early release episodes as well as bonus content at patreon.com patreon.com/Neon
How would you
Lounge
spell
Podcast.
that? What is .com? Is that
I am tired. Stop it, Tony.
So, Tony talked a little bit about upcoming cocktail videos. Tomorrow, Karen and I are teaming up with Mavestro from the Yo 11 podcast and a bunch of other stuff. And we're going to record another Bad Vegas movie review. That should be coming out in a week. So, sometime around August 15th-ish. So, again, another reason to get on Patreon. So we're going to be reviewing Night of the Running Man.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. It sounds terrible just from the title.
I'm so happy I don't have to watch it before we do this. I love my role as a straight person in all this going, wait, the movie does what?
All right, Karen, how can our listeners find you?
I am at 360 Vegas Karen. And how about Tony?
For right now, I'm still at 360 Vegas Tony. Josh, where are you at?
I'm at 360 Vegas J-Dubs, or you can find me at any of the socials listed in the show notes. We've had a great time in the lounge with you all today, but it is last call. So until next time, cheers.
It's the Neon Lounge. Your server is always prompt. Where the cocktails are all count. We're serving up what you crave. Resort fees are always waived at the Neon Lounge.